the distinguished women I see here today, all the other eminent guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm indeed delighted to be here to join you all for the second edition of the very prestigious and very unique, very special SheSlays Awards, which is aimed at celebrating accomplished women like you all who are here today, who are change makers, who are role models, who have broken the bias, challenged stereotypes, and chased your dreams and desires to set an example in the society. I congratulate you all, and I would also like to commend HealthShots for creating this wonderful platform to invite women like you who are just incredible and who are an inspiration to a lot of women in the country. It's a wonderful initiative, and I hope today we are all here assembled for the second edition. I hope the third edition is even bigger and better and brings more such accomplished stars among us, and we gain an opportunity to listen to your inspiring stories, your incredible journey which has brought you so far, that you are able to motivate so many other women around you in the society. I have learned that there are 19 awardees with us today and 4 special editorial awards. And this is a collective effort of the esteemed jury as well as the target audience. So congratulations to all the winners who are here today. And my compliments also to the nominees, because it's not really easy to find place in the last 3 of every category. To the awardees, I would only say that your success, your accomplishment, your achievement is well deserved. I hope you continue these relentless efforts and you continue to inspire others around you. I'm here as part of Modi government, and I very proudly say, ladies and gentlemen, that today India is being led by a decisive, a tremendously passionate leader like Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who's passionate towards the cause of women emancipation and women empowerment. And he's a leader who has caused the transition of India from the idea of women's development and women's empowerment to women-led development, which we consider as the central dimension of India's growth story. Women-led development is the core pillar of Modi ji's governance model. We are standing here today in the Amrit Kal, completing 75 years of India's independence. And the next 25 years, as Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji says, are very crucial, because we have a very important transition to make. He says in the next 25 years, we'll be completing 100 years of our democracy, and India is known to be the biggest democracy in the world, the mother of democracy. And democracy is not something that happened to us in 1947. We have lived with democratic ideals and principles since the time of the existence of this society, our nation. So it is very much in our thought process, in our culture, in our value systems. And hence, as a nation as big as India completes 100 years of its freedom, we have no reason to stay developing. India must transform into a developed nation. And these 25 years are very, very crucial for us. Friends, this transformation of India into a developed country cannot take place without the contribution of women, who are half our population. Women are an important human resource, and which is why we believe that it is our responsibility to create an enabling environment where women's potential can be realized. women can bloom, women can flourish. And it is with this idea in mind that 2014 onwards till now, we've completed 9 years of this government, and in these 9 years, there have been a slew of measures, initiatives and schemes and programs which have been intended to promote the idea of women-led development. I don't know if it is easy or difficult for the women I see here to even think that there are millions of women in this country who have lived so many years without the ownership of the houses in which they have spent their whole life in their names. And this was a remarkable initiative which Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji took when he started the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, the housing scheme, and the ownership was given in the name of the women member of the house. We came up with programs like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and constructed millions of toilets across the country. Because women in our country at large don't have access to toilets, which is the most basic thing that we all need. We started with the Jal Jeevan Mission to ensure safe drinking water supply to women across the nation. And so many other programs for educating women, empowering them, giving them financial inclusion, programs like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, programs like the Poshan Abhiyan, the National Nutrition Mission, the Stand Up India, Mudra Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, the Maternity Benefit Amendment Bill, and this year's budget you have heard, we came up with another Mahila Samman Savings Certificate. And the list is just endless. These are just few examples of the initiatives, the schemes and programs that this government has undertaken in a span of these 9 years, all intended to improve the quality of life that women in the country at large are leading and provide them an environment wherein they can contribute to nation's development and not just be the passive recipient of the fruits of the development which is taking place. Today, we very proudly say that India is being headed by a woman. I very proudly stand here and say that Honorable President of India is a woman who has risen from the lowest ladder of the society. We have a woman who is the youngest president of India. She's the first tribal president of India, and it is a matter of pride not just for women, but for 140 crore Indians that a woman is heading the mother of democracy, which is India. Friends, women today are not just participating, but they are leading from the front in different fields. And so many of you who will be awarded here today, you have excelled in so many different fields. You're setting examples, and you're surprising the whole world, the whole country. Women has so much of potential. It just needs an opportunity. It just needs a level playing field, and which is what we intend to provide. However, today, on this occasion, I would like to say something else as well. Media, judiciary, government, social activists, everybody will play their role. But there is something that women themselves, every single woman, has to do for her own self and also for other women around her. And the first thing that we need to do is to identify ourselves. Know who we are, what we want to do, where we want to go. And this, my dear friends, is the most courageous thing to do. Believing in oneself. When nobody else believes in you, you have to be the first person who believes in yourself. Because every time a woman stands up for herself, she actually stands up for every other woman in the world. So this is one thing that each one of us must do, and I'm sure a lot of you who are here today, you are doing the same. But accomplished women like you, women who are change makers, they just don't shoulder their own responsibility, but they also have a responsibility towards the society. So women like you have to spread this message around and motivate women who are not as empowered or emancipated or not as privileged as you. Make them believe in their own potential. Build their confidence. That is the role we women have to play. And most of all, we ought to understand that every woman has got an inspiring story to share. All of us who are here today, we come from different walks of life. We come from different age groups. We come from different professions. We come from different caste, community, religious backgrounds. We even have different size of the bank accounts. But there is one thing that we all have in common. When we look at each other, what we see of each other is just the tip of the iceberg. A woman, life is full of unique experiences, her challenges, her struggles, no matter where she comes from. And those unique experiences, that incredible life journey of every woman deserves respect and acceptance. So I'm here to say that as women, it is our primary responsibility that we all, the least that we can do as women for other women is never to judge. And always and only to provide moral support. That is the least we can do.
Ma'am,
my last thing that I would like to say is, love yourself. I'm sure you do. Accept yourself. Believe in yourself, because if you don't do it, nobody else will. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, please do stay on stage.